Thought I'd say hi real quick and do another short video. Um, I'm going to show you some Pico stuff that I think will be beneficial to everybody. And the reason why I'm showing this is because I've seen some other videos done by other um, technicians using Pico, and they're all great technicians. They're very sharp, but there's just one thing that I've noticed, that when they're using their Pico, that I think they could improve upon, and I'm just trying to share, just trying to help out. I'm not picking anybody out. I'm not doing anything like that. This is just the help, because I've been there. I've got my butt kicked in the past before too, and if I can help out by sharing some information that'll keep the other techs from getting frustrated, I'd like to do that. So anyway, let's go in the Pico. And right here, if you notice, I'm just on 2 seconds of division, and the screen is just rolling from left to right. Let me start this and redo it again. There we go. So right now it's just going from left to right, and this is called streaming mode. Okay, so what I'm getting at with why I'm wanting to help, seeing other techs use Pico, I've noticed that when they're collecting screens, when they're trying to find an intermittent problem, they're just, they're selecting 2 seconds of division, 1 second of division, and so forth. And when you're collecting data across the screen, it with Pico, normally it goes from left to right. It fills the screen, your buffer, but then it stops and then it starts over again. Well, in between that time where the screen is collecting from left to right, and it basically goes over, there's like a time lapse in between when it fills the buffer and when it starts a new one. Okay, so if you have a intermittent fault that happens past this, in between that time, you will miss that intermittent fault. And a lot of other scope manufacturers, will point that out, that well, Pico has a gap, it'll drop data. Our scope will not drop data because it has a roll mode. Roll mode function. Okay, so with that being said, normally with Pico, yes, they're absolutely right. It only collects from left to right. As you see here, it stops and then it starts again, and it collects another screen. Well, there's a workaround for that with Pico. All you have to do is go down to your trigger, okay, select repeat, and then I'm going to take the trigger and I'm going to move it all the way down here at the bottom, away from channel A rising edge. Okay, so by doing this, the trigger requirements for channel A, they can never be met. So what will happen here is, due to the fact that it cannot meet the trigger requirement, the scope will continuously draw across the screen and you won't lose anything. So if you're trying to find an intermittent problem, this is the best way to do it. Okay, so, and you can do as long as a screen as you like. The only thing, of course, you have to worry about, is your sample rate. Okay, so as you watch here, as the scope is drawing from left to right, it's going to keep on going. So just watch here and you'll see. See? It's continuously drawing across the screen. You can see as it's moving across, okay? It's not stopping, going over the edge, and then collecting again. So um, this isn't really a feature that is brought about, or well, talked about that much about Pico. But if you want to know anything more about it, it is posted on the Auto Nerds forum in the general public area. Okay, and it's also been posted on Facebook as well by Tom Roberts. Okay, so this is general information. This is out here. This is to help technicians using their Pico, and I thought I'd just bring that up because, like I said, I've seen a lot of techs using Pico, and I'm like, they're talking about, well, I'm trying to find this intermittent. It's like, well, why don't you have your trigger set up away from your trigger requirement and do a long screen so the scope will roll, and then it'll help you find the intermittent a lot easier. So then you don't have to worry about the data going over the edge. Okay, so anyway, I thought I'd just share that. If you have any questions about it, let me know. If you'd like to call and talk to me more about Pico, I'd be more than happy to talk to you about it. As everybody knows, I'm Bus Jockey here on YouTube, but I'm also the Midwest distributor for Auto Nerds. Okay, and if you want to reach me, my website, it's mjediagnostics.com, and I've got my contact info on there, and then another explanation, of what I do, on the site. So anyway, that's it. If anyone has any questions about anything, let me know, and have a good night. Take care.